or you can find me on my shop site at shop.techcutie.com. I have on my shop site plenty of examples for you guys to look at if you are curious to look around on the shop while I talk about specific things. And I have a lot of pictures and fun things to share as well. So, here we go. The convention scene. So, I have been selling at conventions for like 10 years. I don't know if the high school era counts as selling professionally, but I count it as experience, and I think everyone should. Even though you go to your table and you sell once and you got like 5 prints, you don't have your tablecloth, and you're like, oh no, we've all been there, we've all done that. And I'm no exception to that rule either. So I mainly sell merch at anime, gaming, and MLP brony conventions and events. What you'll normally find at my booth is my original merch line of apparel, my anime and gaming fan art goods, and MLP fan art goods. And I have some pictures here. This is from NecoCon in Virginia. This is from November, and Otakon in DC back in August. I believe it was August or June or something. I don't know. It's been a while. They've been moving the dates back and forth because of COVID. So it wasn't the exact weekend it normally is. So. Also, if you have any questions, by the way, feel free to ask them in the Panel Room 1 chat on the Discord group. I will be answering as many questions as I can after the panel. If I have time, I'll answer them here, but if I don't, I'll answer them there. So I just want to keep a little archive while we're working here. So, let's talk about merch production, also known as production is scary. WTF for these pics? I don't know what I'm doing. Please help me. Techie Sensei. So, I will be recording this panel to post on YouTube, but feel free to take notes and pictures of my slides, okay? Alright. So here we go. Enamel pins. And the horror of making enamel pins. So here I have some examples of finished pins, like this Miku here, and this Marina over here, and these unfinished images where we've got a leg that is incorrectly colored, and this was after a whole entire batch had been made. So this was at least 50 pins, I believe, that had been produced wrong. And that was scary. We also have at the top left here some examples of like an in progress shot as well. And enamel pins are probably the scariest type of merch you can make. They're also the longest for me to talk about, so I figured I would talk about that first. So here we go. Enamel pins first start off as illustrations that need line art and color separated. This is how they are able to make the mold that will fill with metal to create the base of your pin. So you'll get back, you can get the back of your pins embossed or etched, and that basically helps it so that it can reduce the risk that your pin is stolen or resold if a bad company gets a hold of your work. So that'll also tell it apart from fakes, because most of the time a fake will be traced from your original artwork. And most of the time this only happens with fan art merch goods, so I would assume that VTuber merch goods are pretty safe. Most of the time you'll only see bootlegs of merch from like VTubers of like print-on-demand style stuff. They won't go this far for that. VTubing hasn't blown up that hard, I don't believe. I haven't seen very much bootleg stuff in general, just stuff on like eBay and AliExpress of just like, here's a Korone printed shittily on a t-shirt. So, you know, the goods you make are going to reflect yourself. So you have to be very meticulous with your demands of your supplier and stuff. So down here, this is a Pantone formula guide. You will need this in order to make enamel pins. I don't remember how much they were, but I think it was like 100 or something for this book, or 70. Every single year, a new book comes out in new colors. You do not need a new one. Most enamel pin places do not have the newest of colors. They basically work from guides from like 5-10 years ago, so you don't have to worry about that. Just grab something. The problem is you also have to kind of store these in a nice cool dark place, because the chips, the little paint chips on here, they do fade over time. So you should be replacing it every so often, but they do not use brand new colors. So you don't have to worry about getting a like brand new updated version, which will save you a lot of money. So this pin here, this pin is 4 inches and 3 millimeters thick. It is chunky. It is huge. I'll show you pictures of the pin in production in the next slide. It is horrifying. But this is a black nickel. You are gonna want zinc for your pins. This is a hard enamel pin, by the way. I only make hard enamel pins because I believe that the soft enamel pins have a higher defect rate, in my opinion, from what I've seen with other artists and from their experiences. So I always get hard enamel pins, even though they're twice as expensive. I think it just adds to the value of the pin in the long run. So this pin has here on this green square, this is screen printing. So this is a method where they print a color on top of your design like a stamp, and you can make little details. I've seen people use that as a way to make eyelashes or like the white eye, because if you can't see here, every little thing that is filled in needs to be connected. There's no gradients, there's no nothing, it's just solid colors. So if your character has a design that is got a gradient in it, you're gonna have to pick one color or the other, or you're going to have to talk to your supplier, because there is suppliers that are willing to do hand mixed paint and enamel in your pin, so they can like dip half on top and half on the bottom and then mix it. Sometimes that does make it so that there will be pin pricks in the enamel, because they do have to stir it manually, and there'll be like a little raised bit or an imprinted piece. So it will be part of the pin, but for the method, it's kind of cool. I haven't tried it myself, but I've seen people testing that method out themselves, and it looks nice. It looks really nice. So yeah, right here I've got X's. This is where you want it to be cut out. You don't want the whole pin to just be like big chunky metal. Right here, you can see on the back, it's nice cutouts. You can actually see this pin at my vendor table if you're really curious about the enamel pins. I brought mostly all of my premium enamel pins, premium enamel pins with me this weekend. So you can see the level of detail and the level of size to line art ratio when it comes to making the artwork yourself. If you're using another person to make an enamel pin design for you, you're going to want to find someone who makes enamel pins and work with them, because it is very hard to find an artist that can do all of this work for you. You will also have to go back and forth between a manufacturer and the artist if you need revisions and everything. Also, colors can bake differently based on the type of metal plating you get. So I'll show you what happened here with the plating on this leg here. Basically, I think what that happened was they swapped the colors by accident, but also the color, the darker color was actually way darker than it was supposed to be. It was actually supposed to be like this color, and this color was supposed to be like this color up here almost. And like that even ended up being really bright too. So it was, yellow is a disaster color basically. I've had pins turn out neon yellow, and I've had to remake 100 of them before. That was part of a Kickstarter, so I had no choice. It was awful, and I never want to work with all yellow pins ever again. So, next slide. So enamel pin making is really sometimes just dropping over $2,000 and freaking out for 2 months as they send you horrifying pictures. Proof pictures are terrifying sometimes. If you can tell, this one, all of the enamel up here is like raised above the metal. We've got, sometimes you can't make out what the molds look like, so you have to ask them for like individual like zoomed in pictures. This one was probably the most horrifying for me. This is all covered in like dirt. These are all covered in like dirt and scratches. And it was terrifying. It was absolutely terrifying. And then this one has like dents and stuff in it. So they filed down everything before they electroplate it in the metal tint. So you don't have to worry about that. It's normal. The first time I saw this, I freaked out because it was like, I think it was like a $5,000 order, and it was terrifying. I never want to do an order that big ever again. All right. So I'm gonna talk about creating merch with another artist. For those who are here that are interested in merch with another artist or are not articulate in artistry. So we have my shirt that was made by OffKai, who is my model creator. I will say that I'm not rich by any means. This is purely something I did as a way to celebrate my debut back a few months ago. And yeah, it was very expensive and very terrifying. So I commissioned OffKai, he made an illustration for me, and I had to have it as a commercial item. I was like, I want to work with you and make a shirt, and he was like, I love that. So this is the result. You can go buy the table later if you want to like see it in person and see how it turned out. I do have some pictures, but the pictures don't even do it justice. It is a gorgeous shirt. But finding an artist that takes commissions with commercial rights usage. So I picked OffKai for this because he made my VTuber model. I designed Techie myself, but even if you own the rights to a character, it doesn't mean that you own the commercial rights to use the artwork that anyone makes. The model itself also came with commercial rights usage, and that's basically the reason why models are so expensive. But yeah, the commission-based price was 40,000 yen, and then I paid a commercial use fee for 30,000 yen. And that came out to 70,000 yen, which was around $550 for just the artwork. And then the production of the shirt, the first run of shirts cost me $150. I don't know off the top of my head how many shirts I got, but I think that it was around 50 or so. And then shipping cost $92. So in total it was like 242 yen. So the total price to produce my first run of Techie merch shirts was $792. I will say that I'm not in the red, I am in the green for the shirt. So if anyone's like terrified to like make that jump, you'll be fine. It's really scary at first. It's just like, oh my god, what? But just think of it as part of like your VTuber assets, and you get to write off stuff on your taxes later and all that too. But I'm not a tax professional, so I can't give tax advice. I actually have a guy who does my taxes for me because it gets so complicated because I have the VTubing stuff and I have my shop and I have tips and all that stuff from VTubing. So it's very complicated, and you have to like write down every single transaction you make, every single thing you throw out, everything, packaging, shipping, it's insane. And I had to file for an extension on my taxes because it was so intense. I couldn't even do it myself. I had to get my table helper to come over and help me count all of my merch for like a big party. Horrible magnitude. So, the shirt, it is gorgeous. I love this shirt. It is the softest shirt I've ever owned. I was so happy with this. So it has, it's a cotton blend, so it's a little stretchy and it's nice and soft. It's great. I worked with the supplier, my supplier, to give me a bunch of samples of shirts in styles that were similar, and I was like, give me different materials so I could touch everything and see what works the best for me and would be popular and comfy. So they do run a little small, but they're really comfy. Alright, so here is the part where I tell you how to start off. Very simple, very easy. I'm going to send you all to Vogue Race. Vogue Race is basically the one-stop shop for everything. You can get keychains, pins, pillows, stickers, pop sockets, anything you could possibly imagine. And I'm going to tap over to Alibaba, which is where you can find Vogue Race, or you can go on their website. I'm not endorsed by them. I have used them multiple times. They're a good way to start off. Your staff all knows English. You won't have any issues. They will run you through everything you need to know. Basically, you go on Alibaba, you type in Vogue Race, you've got this little cat girl here, you know exactly where you are. They do stuff from file folders, keychains, they even do these cute little squishy keychains. They do pretty much everything. So this is how keychains are made. You get to choose your accessories for the keychain topper. And everything is like single-use packaged. They have switched from these normal packaging, the clear packaging, to using a compostable packaging. It is a fully compostable packaging. You can ask for other packaging or the regular clear bags, but I always stick with the compostable because yeah, it's better for the environment. Especially when you're selling plastic goods. So they do holographics, and they do a method called epoxy, which goes on top and it makes it like dome-like on the top. It's really pretty. And they do double-sided, super nice. They also do these little keychains here. They're like little bags. And you can put charms inside, and they seal it up with glitter and stuff inside, and you just shake it, and it's got little characters. It's so cute. I made a few of them before, and I'm dying to make more. They have like all kinds of different like fillings, like little things that look like candies. It's addictive. Once you make your first merch, you're never gonna stop. Alright. Next, I have here stickers! They do stickers. These are all vinyl, and they do glitter and holographic, and they do prismatic and clear stickers, static clings, gold, mirror stickers. They do all kinds of stuff. It's awesome. And this is actually a good image for me to actually show, because this is actually how the keychains are done too. Basically, you draw your image on a PDF or PSD or like in Clip Studio Paint or Sai, you just have to make it PSD. Make sure it's the size of the keychain you want. So if it's a 1.5 inch keychain, you're gonna make the canvas 1.5 inches. Put the artwork on it, resize it, make it fill the canvas as best as you can. You can rotate it and everything. Get that bang for your buck, because if you make it too small, if you don't have it properly positioned on the canvas, it'll just kind of crop off, and they'll make it like way shorter than it's supposed to be. So, and that's not their fault. They just make it to the specifications and stuff. So, yeah. They're very good about that though, so if you have any questions about that and you like message them, they'll definitely like help you format everything. I've sent them just a PSD with just stuff on it before, and they're just like, yeah, we can crank this out for you. And I'm like, oh, nice. So they do lanyards as well, all kinds, different attachments too, I believe. They're basically a one-stop shop for everything. They even do enamel pins. I've not experienced their enamel pins before. Basically, I started working in enamel pins before they started doing enamel pins. So I can't recommend them myself, but if you shop around or look around just on Google, and there's some like artist alley groups and Facebook groups that do like pin stuff. There's definitely reviews out there. There's reviews on Twitter and on Tumblr as well. And they do have nice ones. I actually own this pin right here as part of a Kickstarter I backed, and I was very impressed with it. So the problem with enamel pins is you can't be 100% sure that it's going to be exactly the same service every single time, especially in my case where I've gone through 3 different suppliers, and it's mostly because of people oversharing the service that they use, and it becomes overwhelmed with people. So the more customers they have is better for them, but in the end it's not good for the customer. So they'll try and push out as many orders as they can at a deficit of what we get. So I've had to switch suppliers 3 times. I'm on my 4th one. And they're doing good and stuff, but the problem is like I would recommend my supplier to close friends and stuff, and they'd be like, oh, they like screwed up my pins, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't vouch for companies like that where I'm not sure whether or not their service is going to be good 100% of the time. And it's all up to fate with enamel pins. It's weird. But you get to plate whatever colors you want with enamel pins. Vograce has all these different backings. I love these hearts. I got pink ones for my techie pin. I'm so excited. And then here are pillows. They have like sheet pillows. And then they have body pillows too, but I can't show them because, they're naughty. But they come in different types of fabrics. I've gotten sheet pillows from Vograce before. I've gotten the short plush for these little tiny sheet ones. They're super soft, super squishy. You can get them with or without the filling. And in my opinion, it is best to get them without the filling, because then you can fill it yourself and you save a lot on shipping. So, I believe that's it for Vograce. Yeah, is there any questions? You can drop them off in the Panel Room 1 chat. Where did you look? How did you do your research when trying to find a supplier to produce merch? So, how I did things originally was I used to go in Facebook groups, and this was like back 5 years ago, 6 years ago. There were Facebook groups that had a lot of people who've been doing it for a very, very, very long time, and they would help share information about how to format things and take care of stuff, just like I'm doing right now. And a lot of them would share like resources and stuff, and that's how I found about Vogue Race. And basically, you shop around. A lot of them will do reviews of other companies and stuff, or they'll complain about companies if something bad happens. So what I like to do is I like to make a list. I actually have a Discord group, like a Discord for me, my manager, and a couple friends of mine that do like merch production. It's like my IRL like friend circle, and we have like a list of all of the manufacturers that have done bad by us, so we don't, accidentally get the money ever again. And we also have a list of like everyone that we have heard good about that we haven't tried yet, and everyone we've tried that we like that we've done business with. So it's all about word of mouth at this point and sharing amongst like other vendors and stuff like that. But if you go on Alibaba and like Google, like just search types of stuff that you want to get made, chances are you'll find a place that actually is good. You just gotta find a really high seller rating and just see if they have good certification. Basically, that's all you really need to know. Enamel pins are the scariest part, just because a lot can go wrong with them. Even in transit, I've had pins get damaged in transit before, and that was really awful. But yeah. I hope that answers your question, or at least helps a little bit. Which t-shirt printing service would you use? I like how these would print on the whole shirt and how soft they said that they were. So, I can't share my supplier because of contract stuff. So, I can tell you that is sublimation printing. If you go on Alibaba and type in sublimation printing, full print, full t-shirt print, you'll find it. You'll find like 4 different places, and all 4 of them really good. I've used 2 different places, and sometimes I use one place over the other, and it's not because like either one is better than the other, it's whether or not I want body pillows or not. And one of them has body pillows and the other one doesn't. So it all depends on the type of thing that I want, but they all generally operate out of the same area. So a lot of areas in China, when it comes to merch and factories and stuff, a lot of places will have garment printing and sewing stuff all in one like area. So it's really helpful when you're looking for a place. And that's another thing is I was looking for custom t-shirt tags for my t-shirts, and that's going to be starting very soon too. For my next batch of shirts for summer, I'm going to be having custom tags, and I have to work with a partner company that they know to get them made, and then they're going to ship them to my supplier, and then every time I make t-shirts, they can sew my custom labels into my shirt. It's really crazy. It's a lot of steps, and I have to order a lot. I have to order a lot of these labels. I think I have to order over 1,000, I think, but they're very cheap. They're very, very cheap, mostly because I'm getting ones that are like satin ribbon types, because I don't want itchy embroidered style tags. They're the worst. I hate those. They suck. So, oh, you're welcome. Any other questions? Alright. I see some typing. I really love making merch. It's really fun. I would recommend it to anyone who has like a love of artistry, even if you're not artistically inclined. It is very fun. It is very fun to make merch and format the stuff to make the merch. It is time consuming, it is a lot of work, but when you get that stuff in your hand for the first time ever, it's the best feeling in the entire world. Also, I have a surprise for you guys. So later this year, as in summer, I'm gonna be redoing, and I'm gonna be rebranding everything. I'm still gonna be tech cutie. I'm still gonna be tacky. I'm still gonna be everyone's favorite little rainbow. Okay, but I'm gonna have a new look. I'm gonna have new logos. I'm gonna have a new shop look. It's gonna be really neat, very exciting, and I'm very excited to share with you. Whoa, 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 whoa. So this is my new look for summer. It's gonna be so cute. There's even more stuff to share. This isn't the model, but the art in the background, the glitching, that's my eyes on my model, and I'm really excited. I worked with a new artist, and it's gonna be something different than you guys have seen before. I'm always looking to find VTube models that are more in the realm of anime style and not super realistic and stuff. I know a lot of people are going the route of going super realistic and super meticulously detailed, and I love that kind of stuff, but it's not me. So I decided to go against the box. I'm going out of the box, and I'm trying something new. If you guys like panty and stocking, you guys like Gynax, this model's gonna be up your alley. It is stylized to the max. It is super cute. When the artist drew the art for me and showed me the model sketch, I screamed. I was like, oh my goodness. So I'm very excited to share this with you. There is going to be another outfit, and there's going to be a huge redesign later in the year around my birthday. So I hope you guys will look forward to that as well. Also, look at my hair, it's so long now in the picture. I'm just like stunned. I'm stunned. I'm gonna have long hair, but also it comes off. The long hair comes off. So I'm gonna have short hair too for the summer, and my bangs are a little bit different and stuff, but it's gonna be really fun. I've got more surprises that come with the model, and I can't wait to share everything with you guys because it's a huge change in the most positive of ways, but it's also going to be tied into my merch line as well. Everything is going to be completely integrated with my vendor booth, and if you've stopped by before, you've noticed that I'm at my booth in VTuber 4. Usually the screen is a lot bigger, but because we had to fly all of the stuff out, we couldn't bring the big screen. But in the future, you'll be seeing some brand new stuff when it comes to the integration of the VTubing at my table. So it's gonna be really wild. It's gonna be really cool. It's a secret. I can't share that with you guys yet because it is in the final phase of planning. Everything is coming together. Everything's coming together. It's really scary and very fun. And I can't wait to scream it out and be like, guys, look at that cool thing! And then you guys are like, ah! So, let me look at the questions. Are there any forms of merch you're thinking of working to produce in the future? I really want to make peeker stickers. I really want to make peeker stickers, but I want to make them with like clear vinyl, like the clear type, or like window plane style. I think that would be really fun. I've always wanted to make window plane style stuff, or just car stickers. I love car stickers. And like, I don't know if this is just East Coast thing, but every time I come on the West Coast, I'm like absolutely amazed by like all of like the sticker covered cars. I'm like every anime con, every con I go to, I'm like, that's so cool. I'm like East Coast baby. Every time I come over here, I'm like convinced. Every time I'm like, maybe I want to move out here. Should I? I love it. So, other than that, I'm not sure what other kinds of merch I would want to make that isn't like a spoiler for summer, but I have a lot of cool, unique stuff that's on the way, literally in a crate, shipping across the sea right now. It's gonna take 2 months, and I'm like, really excited. I've been concepting out like a ton of stuff ready for the summer. I'm waiting on confirmation for like conventions and stuff. I'm going to be applying to a lot of West Coast cons. I've been having a blast out here. I still have yet to step foot in California. I'm sorry, my digital fingers are just not sunk into California yet. But I was in Seattle last year. Absolutely had a blast. And every time I come out, I'm just like, I'm gonna stay here this time. I'm gonna not want to go home. I'm gonna like sit at the airport and be like, well, I'm just gonna leave. I'm gonna stay here. All right. Any other questions? Also, you can find me at KakiCutie.com. It has all of my links on there as well. And you can find me on every single platform as KakiCutie. So if you're looking to follow, I haven't streamed in like 11 days, mostly because of this whole like rebranding thing. But I'll be back very soon. I've been going to conventions. I was actually at BabsCon a couple weeks ago in the area. So it's been a wild few weeks, and I'm very tired. I'm gonna be back to streaming full time again very, very, very soon though. Alright, what are some red flags about merch production companies that you would look out for? Okay, so a lot of places will give you proofs when it comes to stuff like a t-shirt and stuff. My t-shirt manufacturers have always given me proofs before I pay, and I really appreciate that from them, because sometimes you pay and then a manufacturer will be like, okay, thank you for the money, bye. and they won't update you for months, and it really sucks. So always ask manufacturers for updates, even if you feel bad and you're like, oh, well, I don't want to bother them. No, you have to do it. I have to work up the courage to do so. You have to too. I know you can do it. By any chance, do you have more advice for those interested in producing prints of their art? Oh, that's a good one. So prints are like the staple, best way to start off, because all you have to do this is buy a printer. And if you can't buy a printer, you can always find a printing service. So the two printing services I use Fireball Printing, which is in Philadelphia, or I use Cat Print, which I believe they moved recently, but I'm not sure. I don't know where they're based off of. I know they're a US based company, but they're very good. They have sparkly prints. Sparkly. And then they have regular prints too. They're very good. Cat Print has always worked with me on stuff. I'm kind of local to them. I used to live in Philly, so I would email them and be like, hey, how do I format stuff? And they would give me a template. Just make sure that you fill the entire bleed and follow all their instructions. They have templates on their cat print is a little bit harder because sometimes you just mess up because of formatting issues. But be insistent on getting fixes if something bad happens to your prints or if you get damages, because they will come through. You just gotta pass through them about it a little bit. So.
Yeah, perfect.
I think that's all I really have grain juice of that I can juice out for you guys. Unless any of you have more questions, I can keep on going. I can keep on juicing out all the answers.
Just
Oh, you're welcome. Is there any type of merch that you want to do, but you haven't found a good manufacturer for? That is a really good one. I've actually been seeing everyone making eat bags, and I'm very scared to make one. I'm honestly terrified. I really want to make one. I want to make a techie one. I want to make like pony themed ones. That'd be really fun and cute. But I am super worried about doing it because I've had friends say horror stories about all kinds of stuff where manufacturers just leave them out to dry or go off with their money, and basically a company sold someone's bag on eBay. There's a ton of stuff that is pretty scary about merch production, and that's why I'm going through the extra steps of like trademarking stuff with the new rebrand and everything, because I don't want it stolen and not be able to do anything about it because of please do play. I really want to do a plushie. I really do. A lot of people have been asking me for a techie plushie, and I think I was going to contact Makeship about it. Mostly because I have never made plushies before. I do sew. I used to cosplay back years ago when I was in high school and college, and I used to hand make everything, and I used to enter cosplay contests and stuff. So I know what kind of fabrics and what kinds of things I'd be looking for when it comes to like accessories and clothes and the plush itself, but going through the steps to make that plush with a company and me not having the expertise of how to go through doing that is very scary. So I might go through Makeshift for that if people are interested in it, but until then I think I'm going to be pulling off on the plushies myself. But people have been asking for plushies of Neko, which is my OC that is on this banner right here. Everyone's been asking for merch of Neko, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna have to deliver because she's one of my favorite characters and I love her a lot. So yeah. I really want to continue making like cool t-shirts and different types of apparel too. I've been wanting to make a jacket and a hoodie. A lot of people have been asking me to make the techie hoodie, this hoodie that I have on my model, and I'm like, I don't know. Maybe. I see someone typing. Also, I've got a cool room. You guys can hang out with me and answer questions. Okay. Welcome to the Techie Cave. What merch am I most proud of? Oh, that's a good question. I am most proud of the shirt that I made with OffKai. It is probably the most beautiful shirt I've made with like a collaborator. Other than that, I'm trying to think. There's one pin that I made recently. And it's a Milo pony pin, so don't judge me, guys. But it is a huge pin. I believe it's 6 inches or 7 inches. Let me just there it is. It's huge. It's absolutely massive. And I have this at my table if you guys want to see it in real life. This photo does not do it justice at all. It is absolutely gorgeous. It has like the prettiest glitter enamel in it. And it's from the season 1, episode 1 and 2 of My Little Pony. And it was made to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of My Little Pony. That I just wanted to make it because I love My Little Pony a lot. Also, don't worry, you can take as many notes as you want, take as many pictures as you need. I am recording the panel. I will have my editor cut it up into digestible sections so that I can put it together. I have a different intro for the video so that people watching the video will have the recording intro. So, yeah. General thoughts on making accessories for merch. So, I think I can spoil one thing, right? I can spoil one thing, right? I'm working on a bag. I am working on a bag. It's not a normal type of bag. It's more like a clutch or whatnot. But I am working on like the steps to making more accessories. So yeah, it's like a purse bag. Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. I'm gonna make it like super badass. Yeah, a bag. How complicated was setting up your vendor table, especially with being a VTuber? So normally, if I am also flying out with my assistant, I am always helping out at the table before and after the convention. And usually I help set up on day 1 and on the final day as well. But because I'm not here today or at all this weekend physically, they have to do it themselves. So I basically have the person that runs my online shop with me as my assistant that helps me pack everything, ship everything, and manage all the logistics for me. They are at my table right now. So if you have any questions about like online sales or selling like with the online service like Shopify or anything like that, he has all the answers. He's a wizard. I have no idea. But setting up the online shop was pretty simple. I used Shopify. I used to use Etsy before they started upping the fees, and then in the late 2020, I moved and was like Big Cartel. I used Big Cartel for a little bit. Realized I have way too much merch, and I had to swap it out to a bigger platform. So now it's all integrated with my website. So if you purchase something in person, it removes the stock from my website as well, so I can't oversell anything. Write down our question. Do people who want to rebrand while in the middle of waiting on merch? This can be really scary. Do you have any advice? And what should they do with pre-rebrand merch? Okay, so basically what I'm going to be doing, my pre-rebrand merch, is that I am going to, with anything that has my logo on it, it's going to be reduced in sale at some point in the next few weeks. Other than that, a lot of my stuff doesn't have packaging. Mostly doesn't have like branded packaging. Other than that, I have decided that even though I am not a fan of my pony collection logo, it is going to be the logo for the pony collection that I have for the rest of the time, because all of my big pins have that logo on the back, and if I want it, if I have to reorder this pin, I have to get it with that logo on the back no matter what. But my regular stuff is going to have all new stuff. Basically, you just gotta live with it. It kind of sucks, but you know. Did I design my own logo? I actually did not. Let me grab the person that did my logo. They were from, I found them on Twitter, but they had a Fiverr. And I'm gonna put their name in the, I'm gonna put their page in the Discord. But Maisry was the one who did my logo, and they were an absolute pleasure to work with. I have no complaints whatsoever. She was really good and really fast. I believe she is from Germany, so it was a little bit hard to get our time zones synced up, but when we finally did, we were back and forth talking really quick. So she also does overlays and screens and stuff. She wasn't doing them when I started, so I've been looking at her stuff recently, and she does overlays and all kinds of stuff. So I believe she does YouTube thumbnails too. Let me see. Fiverr. That's rocket. So she does schedules, she does panels, she does the logos and everything. But yeah, very good graphic designer. I highly recommend. Very good pricing too. I got the premium package for my logo, and it comes with all kinds of layers separated so it can be animated and stuff, which I didn't get to do. But with my next logo, I'm totally gonna get mine animated. So, yeah. Any other questions? I believe we have a few minutes left. Do you guys like the song? Bum, 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 bum. So that song is done by the artist Violet Pony. They are a My Little Pony fan music artist, and they are incredible. They've been doing a lot more stuff that's more generic than My Little Pony based, but I like to show for them anytime I can. I'm working with someone to make a music video for the song, because it actually has a full it's got lyrics and everything too, so it's very exciting. You'll be able to see it on my stream when I stream on Wednesday. I believe I'm gonna be streaming Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, so it's like 3 your time. So yeah, but they're awesome. Very emotional songs. I love it. All right. I think with that, I am gone. It's been an absolute pleasure hanging out with you guys. I can't wait to see you guys on stream if you drop by. I hope to see you. If not, I will come to your house and I will kidnap you and make you watch the stream.
Thank you so much, Becky.
Whatever panel as a VTuber, this is so it's insane. I can't wait to do this again. All right.